With the series entering its final season, let's celebrate the best of this show before it's gone.
Dave, I have to use my car now, Dave.
I worked so hard! I just want some sleep!
Welcome to Msmojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 new girl running gags. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be counting down the funniest recurring jokes on New Girl. Number 10. Nick Can't Lie.
I took my love and I took it down. I drove around and I hit a pound.
Nick Miller is a man of, well, very few talents. Lying is not one of them. Nick has a very obvious tell when he tries to lie. His back turns into a slip and slide.
When I was 11, I once tried on my girl cousin's wool tights, and I didn't hate the way it felt!
The guys even call him Sweatback. In a cruel twist of fate, the gang's shenanigans, all too often, hinge on Nick's inability to lie. He broke immediately when he found out about Schmidt't and Cece sleeping together.
You have a secret. You have a secret. Turn around.
You turn around.
Let me see your back.
Please don't, just be cool about this.
Ew, gross.
Schmidt't confided his secret in the wrong guy when he told Nick that he was cheating on Cece, and he looked like a waterfall when the gang tried to hide meth from the cop who came to the loft for Winston's home visit.
I've never seen someone sweat so much in my life. It looks like your body is crying. What are you hiding?
Distraction!
Number 9. Constant mispronunciation of common words.
Apparently, my business isn't as important as Frankie Muniz.
Schmidt't usually has a pretty eloquent way with words, but there are a few he just can't say quite right. We were first introduced to this funny flaw in the first season's finale, when Schmidt't talks to Jess about white-fanging Cece. She gets a good laugh about the way he says the word wolf.
Even if they're just a wolf.
A wolf?
A wolf.
A wolf.
Yeah, that's what I said, a wolf.
This joke would reappear when Schmidt't talks about the movie Fury, or as he calls it, Furry.
You look like Brad Pitt on a tank. In that movie, Furry. Yeah. You ever see Furry?
Lucky for Schmidt't, he's found a woman who loves him, idiotic flaws and all. Cece happily promises Schmidt't in their vows that she's looking forward to a lifetime of mispronunciation of common words.
I look forward to a lifetime of joy, growth, and constant mispronunciation of common words.
Number 8. The Cece-Winston mess around.
Classic Cece-Winston mess around.
That's not a thing.
All right.
A term coined by Winston, it's the magical union when these characters pull a scheme at the expense of their friends. This odd pairing on the show has proven itself to be one of its best.
Let me ask you something, guys. Have you ever considered modeling? Now that would be a great way to share your beauty with the world.
Most of the others have specific connections or pasts that link them, but Cece and Winston are kind of the oddballs out. So when these two team up, it's always a fun ride.
A drunk baby with a phone in his mouth couldn't take a bad picture of you two.
I mean.
Whether it be convincing Schmidt't and Coach that they're male models, or tricking Schmidt't with a fake EDM song, whenever you see these two exchange a mischievous look, prepare yourself for another classic Winston-Cece mess around.
We got a song to write that's gonna give you the best damn oral you have ever had.
Check yourself.
A-U-R-A-L.
For your ears.
Yeah.
Noise.
Number 7. Thanksgiving disasters.
Turkey! House on fire! Fire!
Most shows have yearly Christmas episodes, but this show celebrates Thanksgiving. Every year, the gang tries to throw the perfect Thanksgiving, and disaster never fails to strike.
Just a little white meat looking for some gravy. That probably wasn't very sexy. I shouldn't have said that.
Though their problem might be a flaw in concept. Only Schmidt't could have possibly thought that a Thanksgiving Day singles party, or Bangsgiving as he calls it, would be a good idea.
Bangsgiving! We'll be celebrating Bangsgiving!
Maybe in the upcoming final season, the gang will finally get it right. With everything from finding a dead body one year, to Jess almost dying herself another year, the only place to go is up.
Oh my... Spit it out.
Number 6. Schmidt's first name.
What's up, man? Winston. Nice to meet you. I'm Schmidt.
I actually go by Schmidt around here.
There can only be one. You know the rules. Oh, yeah.
It's one thing that his friends call him by his last name, but even at his office, he's only ever referred to as Schmidt't. The first time Schmidt's name is even called into question is when his cousin comes to visit and the two battle over who is the one true Schmidt't. Thankfully, the show was merciful and didn't make us hold out until the end. A season 6 episode centered around the revelation of Schmidt's first name and why it's never been spoken.
It is the name that I was called for most of my life, and I want my name back.
And most importantly, why he will always be just Schmid't.
I love you so much, Winston.
Oh, God.
I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it!
Number 5, Jess singing.
Also, I like to sing to myself a lot. A lot.
The guys have no excuse for being surprised when Jess randomly bursts into song. She did warn them from the very beginning. Whenever Jess is feeling happy, or sad, or confused, or pretty much anytime she feels any emotion ever, Jess belts out the perfect song for the occasion.
And she's going out to find a rebound. Who's that girl? It's Jess.
When Russell and Uli are fighting in front of her, she knows the perfect song to diffuse the situation.
Uli's alright, Russell's alright, they just seem a little weird. Surrender, surrender.
She sings Schmid't to sleep with a lullaby rendition of Genie in a Bottle.
If you wanna be with me, maybe there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle.
And she even sings on stage with Prince.
Don't you wanna fall in love tonight?
Number 4, Winston's pranks. Winston may be at his best when pulling off a classic Cece-Winston mess around, but when it comes to pranks, he's just no good.
Every prank you do turns out either too big.
What is this? Did you register me as a sex offender?
He either goes way too big or way too small.
How'd this blueberry get in here? Woo!
From leaving wood shavings near Schmidt's car to releasing a badger at Cece's wedding, there's no middle ground for Winston.
Winston is in the air ducts with a badger.
What?
But that doesn't stop him from constantly trying. Winston goes as far as to get married for a prank.
We got you! We found a same-day chapel, and then we got married as a prank.
Similar to Schmidt's previously mentioned vocabulary flaw, it's Winston's complete obliviousness to this flaw that makes it so funny.
I put a feather in your shoe!
Too small, dude. Way too small.
Number 3, Nick's zombie book.
I've done things. I wrote half a book about zombies.
Nick has been writing his zombie book for years. It starts out as a staple of his underachieving personality that he has never finished the book, but it eventually develops into a hilarious and heartwarming character arc.
Nick, this is the worst thing I have ever read in my entire life.
Originally titled Z is for Zombie, it is the worst book ever, as proven by Winston's hilarious dramatic reading.
Whoa, what bit me in the face, Mike Jr. said to his dad, Mike Sr., who sucks.
Throughout the series, it later turns into the Pepperwood Chronicles, which becomes a young adult sensation. Who knew Nick could actually write? After years of watching Nick's self-doubt, it's great to see him finally get himself together and make something of his book.
The sun baked down on Pepperwood's back as he moved over to St. Charles streetcar.
Number 2, True American.
Hey. Who wants to play True American?
It's the game created by Nick, Schmidt, and Coach. That's part drinking and part Candyland.
Russell, that's my spot. Russell, you're in the lava, man. You gotta understand.
But the rules are never made clear.
1, 2, 3.
It seems that there are different versions of True American every time the game is played. There can be teams, there are Clinton rules, and a First Ladies edition.
Today, you're the vice president.
Joe Biden. It's happened this year. Wait.
But the floor is always lava. Hopefully in the final season, the full list of rules will be revealed, so we can all play to celebrate the series finale.
Okay! The kitchen is Michelle's garden. The bathroom is Mary Todd Lincoln Sanitarium. And as always,
The floor is lava. What's up?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
And then I'm gonna start unbuttoning your pants. And then I'm gonna unbutton my shirt.
Why are you cradling me like a baby, friend? This is not how guys of my generation hang out.
Hey, you want to split that pasta from last night? Winston and Ferguson about to split some pasta.
Number 1, Douchebag Jar.
Someone's personalized condoms just came in the mail.
Hey! Jar, $20.
The guys have an interesting way of suppressing Schmidt when his sleazier side gets the better of him.
Hey, Nick.
No! Jar, Schmidt, jar!
Kinda like a swear jar, he has to put money in it whenever he says or does something douchey. So this is hands down the most commonly recurring joke of the show.
It's Baby Smooth.
This is LLS. Ladies love Schmidt.
What? What did you just say? Go put $1 in the jar right now.
There is even an entire episode centered around why Schmidt was put $50 in the jar.
$50 in the douchebag jar?
Absolutely, man.
Why so much?
An essential part of Schmidt and Cece's story, Schmidt references it when he proposes to Cece. He kept the $5 he put in it when he said he would marry her the first time they met.
Girl, I'm gonna marry you.
Jar.
And rounding off their story, he smashes it at their wedding. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Msmojo and subscribe for new videos every day.